I'm Kieran Paul and welcome to the third and final part of episode 4 of the Almost Art original series, Interpretation. For this experiment, we invited several composers to create a piece to accompany a pre-recorded dance performance by interpreting their styles and their movements. This segment features Collette Williams and Shauna Tohill, who also work together in the band Ruse. If you like what they created, just click the links below. What, with this piece of music, what was the writing process?
Well, it basically started out with Collette got the video, and the video was then forwarded to me, and we just kind of discussed how the video sort of made us feel, and from there I went ahead and wrote a song around it, and then forwarded it to Collette, and then Collette put on some drums, and then I've just been mixing it from then.
You were the only ones that used lyrics.
Oh yeah?
Oh, interesting, okay.
Yeah. Was that something you immediately wanted to do?
No, we actually did discuss it being instrumental at first. Just because that's the vibe it gave us, that it should be an instrumental track to sort of capture the atmosphere. But I think it sort of connected with what was going on in the video and found lyrics to express that, and once you'd written them, it really fitted the audio visual.
Yeah, I just kind of felt like as soon as I seen it, I'm just a songwriter anyway, and I do love writing instrumental stuff, but just whenever I seen it, I was like, oh, I can see into their soul, I can see into their eyes, and I was like, oh, I think there's lyrics. And when I sent it to you, you were like, what happened to the instrumental?
There's someone singing on here. What's going on?
The lyric was kind of was the intense relationship they were having between connecting with eye contact, but also, I think whenever you look into someone's eyes and you look deeper into their subconsciousness, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I think it was the intensity of two people really dancing together. You actually connect on a different level than just looking into their eyes. But that lyric just really hit me, because that's where you first connect, and then as the dance continues, it gets more intense.
Their movements as well, because they sometimes faced off from each other. Did the movements inform your arrangement, or once you had the idea, did you just run with it?
The movements definitely did help with the chord progressions for me, because there were certain kind of more aggressive movements that they were doing that I felt needed a stab.
Explosive,
yeah. So from like a chordal perspective, that definitely did influence where I moved the chords from a drum perspective.
Yeah, I mean, rhythm-wise, my idea was never to sort of follow the rhythmic pattern of them dancing, but at the same time, like in the kick, you can almost hear sort of elements of like a heartbeat kind of rhythm, and I thought that was quite atmospheric for sort of the relationship between them and reflected that.
Has it changed your view on inspiration now doing that?
I don't know. Not for me, really. It didn't change my idea of inspiration, because I always try to like think open-mindedly about everything. Like I'll try and draw inspiration from anything that I see. It definitely has maybe opened up another door of like maybe, you know, going to watch more people dance to be like, oh, okay, maybe I could create a cool rhythm around that. I don't know, but I don't know.
It has for me.
Yeah.
You know, I originally said when I first watched the video, you know, without audio, you only have the visual to concentrate on, and I thought, I instantly kind of felt that it should have been sort of quite a traditional, true to the dance style of music, and then that had completely broken down my preconception of what I thought we were going to write. So it was a bit like, oh, this is not what I was expecting. So I think we had to sort of rethink it and go more by what we felt from the atmosphere of the video rather than what, well, for me, what I thought the music should be to fit that dance. Does that make sense?
I find that I overthink everything anyway. So as soon as I see people dancing, and especially dancing actually, and like people just creating their art, and once they're in this like flow, I always try and like piece it apart.
The sound of your sound in the band, how does what you did today differ to the sound of the band?
It's quite different in the sense that it's more electronic sounding, and maybe a bit more atmospheric, whereas the Ruse stuff is more rock based.
Yeah.
Yeah, high energy pop rock sort of stuff.
It's very hooky as well. I mean, not that this wasn't, you know, that's probably one of the things you did, you know, sort of stylistically stay true to. But yeah, it's a bit more kind of, you can imagine yourself being in a bar sort of singing along to it. It's quite anthemic in ways. And I guess this was, you know, a lot more sort of moody, maybe a bit darker.
Yeah.
And the lyrics from your piece, they're quite dark. Is that differing to the sound of the Ruse?
I don't know. Basically, cause like all the songs so far in Ruse, like I've written all the stuff already before Collette had come on board, and a lot of the reason why I write and a lot of my lyrical content is quite like, it comes from a kind of place of kind of observing people's situations and like hard times that people are going through in life. So there are quite a few heavy things in there, but I do put a hopeful spin onto it just to let people know that they're not alone and things are going to be okay, and you can dance like no one's watching, sing like no one's listening, but also to let people know that it's okay to feel bad about things and to know that they're...
So it's always, you always got the audience in mind at every single
Yeah, well, yeah, like I definitely, I do always have the audience in mind, but I don't write songs just so that people like it either. I write it just from like a really pure perspective of like, you know, how I feel, or how I'm feeling about a particular situation, or like if I see someone go through something, or I don't know, just like stuff like that. I think it's important to like comfort people through music. Not everybody's going to connect with it, but
at the same time you can make someone sad through music as well, can't you?
Yeah, you can, yeah. I'm sure I can do that as well. And a few of my songs, more than others, they're quite melancholic sometimes, the older stuff I did, but yeah, trying to be hopeful, you know. Spark of inspiration.
Was there a specific story you were trying to get across, or are you just happy for people to watch it and interpret it however they like?
Yeah, happy for people to interpret it. It wasn't really a story, it was just really inspired by the intensity of the dancing and the connection that... I guess actually, now that I think about it, it's like because they were so intense, like I don't think, you know, I think that it sort of reminded me of like how people can fall in love with each other, and like, you know, things can get really intense, and you become each other's identity. So I guess that was kind of like...
Do you mean like a soul, like to become one?
Yeah, I guess so. And then whenever you're dancing together, you kind of like, you have to rely on each other to like make sure that the dance looks good.
It's a balance, isn't it?
Yeah. So I guess it's just that kind of inspired it.
I guess
That's
there's
kind of the story.
some things that were kind of intimated through the lyrics, but you know, for each sort of member of the audience, you can take that and reflect it on your own experience and use it and sort of apply it in any way that's going to be quite poignant to you. So I think that's, you know, probably a lot of the things you can pick up from the Ruse songs as well, that you know, it's kind of got many meanings that you can really take and sort of make apply to your own life or experiences, so it's quite generic in a way.
Well, thank you very much for taking part.
Thank you for having us.
So that was Collette Williams and Shauna Tohill. Beautiful instrumentation and lyrics. If you want to see more of them, please check out the links below. Also, don't forget to check out the others who took part in today's experiment, as well as having a look at last month's one too.